Question 1. A root is a plant organ. Plant roots contain many different types of tissue. Question 1.1. What is a tissue? A tissue would be a group of the same or similar cells, or you might say a group of cells with a similar or specific function. Question 1.2. Tissue in the tip of a plant root contains stem cells. Stem cells can differentiate into any type of cell. Name the type of tissue in plants that contains stem cells. These tissue are meristem. In the past, many drugs were extracted from plants. Question 1.3. Aspirin is a painkiller. Which plant does aspirin originate from? Aspirin originates from willow plants. Scientists have extracted chemical A from the deadly nightshade plant. Chemical A can be used as a painkiller. Table 1 shows information about where chemical A is found and parts of deadly nightshade plants that we're looking at: the roots, leaves, and berries. Mass of chemical A in 100 grams of plant tissue in grams. We're talking about 1.3 of these. From the root, leaves is 1.2, berries is 0.7. Question 1.4. The scientists usually extract chemical A from the berries of the deadly nightshade plant. Suggest one reason why berries are used instead of leaves or roots. Because it's easy to access the berries or pick them, and the chemicals from berries can easily be extracted, and taking berries from the plant will not harm the plant. A deadly nightshade plant has chlorosis, yellow leaves. The mass of chemical A found in the leaves of the plant is 60% of the mass shown in table 1. 1.5. Calculate the mass of chemical A in 200 grams of the leaves with chlorosis. Give your answer in milligrams. And the mass is, well, we're looking at 60% of 1.2 from leaves for every 100 grams. That is 0.6 times 1.2, and that gives 0.72 of 100 grams. So, but we're looking for 200 grams. So if we take that to 200, we have to multiply that by the same proportion, so which is 2. So what I want to do is multiply that by 2, and then we need to multiply the 102 by 2 to get the 200 that we're looking for. That's 200 grams, and that gives 1.44 grams. So this answer has to be milligrams according to this. So I need to times this by 1,000 and divide it by 1,000. Then I need to times the top by the 1,000, because the 1,000 counts 1,000 is still the same thing. So, but I times the top by 1,000, and I leave 1 over 1,000 there. In that case, this is what we call milli. Milli is 1,000, and that is 1440 milligrams. And we can write as 1440 milligrams. Question 1.6. Suggest one reason why the leaves of the deadly nightshade plants have chlorosis. One reason could be lack of chlorophyll, or the lack of magnesium ions, or we could say lack of nutrients like nitrogen. You could say lack of water, lack of light, or we could say the pH of the soil is wrong, or some kind of infection that could affect the plant. So question 1.7. Chemical A has not been tested in large-scale clinical trials in the UK. Question 1.7. It is important for drugs to be tested in clinical trials before the drugs are approved for use by the public. Give 2 reasons why. Check for toxicity. We check for dosage. We then check for efficacy to see that the actual drug is being produced. Check it is safe. Check it is not poisonous. There are many online reports making claims about the effects of chemical A. Some of these reports are biased. Suggest one reason why a report making claims about the effects of chemical A may be biased. It could be the writer or companies may get financial gain. Competitors may suffer financial loss as well. Question 1.9. How can scientists be sure that claims about new drugs are valid? Tick one box. Advertise a claim on social media. Ask an international company to produce the drug. Have the claim peer reviewed. Publish the claims in a newspaper. It's got to be peer reviewed.